So, Matty, it's a 5-4 win at Scarborough in the Cup this week. How did you rate the performance overall from the lads?
Very pleasing. It was a good game for the lads because I thought Scarborough were probably the best side we've played this season. Caused us a lot of problems. Obviously conceded the 4 goals, which is a little bit disappointing, and it's stuff that we can go and have a look at. But at the end of the day, the lads are young players. They're always learning, and we can, like I said, we can go and review the footage and see where we can improve in those areas. But the biggest pleasing thing for me was the character of the lads. Going behind in the game twice, getting it level. Going on to take the lead. Scarborough getting it level again, and then us going to get the win in the last couple of minutes was fantastic, and it showed the lads had the belief, and they kept doing the things that they've been doing all season, and they got their rewards in the end, which was fantastic. And very pleased with the overall performance. Some of the football they played at times was brilliant.
And it's the third game on the bounce where you've scored 5 after 2 wins previously. How pleasing is that the lads are playing sort of with a bit of a free-flowing attitude?
Well, that's what we want, the way we want them to play. We want to build up from the back and be comfortable getting the ball in areas where there's an element of risk. And the boys, they've been working on that since they've came in with me, and it's showing that they're doing the right things. And like I said, some of the football they're playing, 1-touch, 2-touch, linking up in areas, getting overloads in areas, working on those angles to get on the ball. And at times that we're sat on the bench, and it's fantastic to watch, and it's good for them, and it's good for their development. And if they do get opportunities to go and train and play with the first team, that I'm sure it's gonna sort of benefit them.
You mentioned there, obviously entering a bit of training with the first team. You've had the odd few players joining in with the first team recently. How much of a good experience has that been for them?
Yeah, fantastic, because I've always said, like since I've came in, every time I watch the first team, the intensity and the quality, tempo in the training is fantastic. It's like what they do on a match day, and it's great for our boys to go and be a part of that, because it shows them what level they need to get to. And more often now, there's a few of my lads going up and getting the chance to train with him, and it's well deserved, and so it can only be good for the development. So I'm hoping that'll happen more often this season as well.
And back to the game a little bit, you mentioned obviously the character from the lads in a bit of a 9-goal thriller. How pleasing was it to see the response from them when, like you say, the game was sort of swinging backwards and forwards, they were going ahead then going behind, that kind of thing?
Well, I think personally it's one of the biggest traits you can have in football, and one of the best ones. That character, belief in yourself, and that never say die attitude. For them to come back in the game when going behind, it shows massive character, and it tells me a hell of a lot about these players at such a young age, that they've got the ability to do that. Because you see it so often at this level. If lads sort of go goal behind, their heads drop, and they go through a passage or a sort of spell in the game where it can then become sort of 1, 2, 3, and then they really get their heads down. But they didn't do that. They stuck to their guns, and they kept doing what they believe in, what they've been taught to do, and they got themselves out of it. And then in the end, went on to get a good result. And like I said, that's something that tells me more about them than anything else.
And then just finally, obviously there's still sort of a bit of time for anyone who's interested to obviously come in and join with the college programme. What do you think they would be getting with joining in? Obviously they'd be joining kind of a team with high morale that are on a good winning streak at the minute as well.
Yeah, of course. It's a great opportunity for people to come in and get involved in the programme, and in the academic side of it. They get a chance to get their qualification, and then sort of get on that ladder in football, and full-time football, come in every day, train, get better, learn a lot. Opportunity to go and get involved with the first team, like 3 or 4 of our lads have already done. So it's a great opportunity, and for any young aspiring footballer, why would you not want to do it? Do you know what I mean? It's what a lot of young lads want to do, and even girls. It's massive. It's what you want to do with your lives, and it's a great opportunity. So just come along, sort of showcase what you've got, and you never know, you might get an opportunity to be playing for the football club one day.